Well, it is Wake Up with KC, and today I have a very special guest joining us today because I've been waiting to talk about, you know, quantum physics, the quantum field, that electromagnetic field, and Scalar Light energy, and how it can help us heal from the inside. And please welcome Tom Paladino. Tom, thank you.
And it's a pleasure. Thank you, Kimberly. Thanks for the opportunity.
I First of all, please share with the audience a little bit about yourself and how this discovery and what you're doing, with your passion in helping mankind.
Yeah, thank you. It is a passion. I work with what is known as scalar energy. It's a new and emerging science. Some people call that chi or prana or life force energy. We're going to present to you today a new opportunity, a new way of living, a new technology. And once the world can wrap their mind around this and embrace it, scalar energy is going to solve problems. It's going to improve our lifestyle. So I think this will be of interest to everybody in the world. It should be how this technology, so simple in application, is about to change the world.
Well, wouldn't it be safe to say that I've always talked about, our limited beliefs, our mental programmings, even emotional energetic traumas that actually keep us prisoner and hinder us from becoming and being who we were destined to be.
Exactly. Everybody has this gift, this life force energy from the creator, scalar energy. It's from the sun and the stars. So we are flooded. We're flooded with scalar energy. It allows our mind to operate. It gives our heart the beat. So what is this? It's the instructions of the universe. It's the omnipresence of the creator.
Oh, I'm getting hit. Woo!
Once we can tap into that and harness it, I have instruments that can tap into that energy. Then you tap into consciousness. Quite profound.
Well, isn't it almost like being in an altered state?
Yes. And that's a good point. Why do we say altered state? Well, there's two realities. There's two dimensions. And we recognize this electromagnetic dimension. Sure, that's real. But there's a second dimension, which is the altered state, which is scalar energy. So when you're working under this influence of scalar energy, it's a different physics. It abides by different laws of science. So there's two energies, electromagnetic and scalar. I prefer to work in the scalar environment because it's much more perfect than the electricity or magnetism.
Well, is it safe to say because of we are a ghost or a soul, an energy is connected to this source energy, but it's inside us, and this is just a machine that we're working through,
right.
and living through.
Right. Yeah. So what I demonstrate by way of scientific instruments, everybody has been using this energy automatically through thinking, thoughts, or through your emotion, your heart. I've always said the mind and the heart are a perfect example of scalar energy vessels. So now this gives credence to the notion of thought or intuition or clairvoyance or the ability to certain mental skills. It gives credence to the emotions, love, empathy, mercy. What are those? What are those expressions? Those are chi expressions or consciousness expressions. That's the life force within us.
Well, it's energy in motion, and it could be positive or negative, but it's also, to me, like the language to feelings is the language to the soul, our essence inside.
Yes, exactly. That I believe everybody has a soul or a spirit. And what is that spirit composed of? Scalar energy, the divine essence. Yes.
Yeah, it's unlimited, it's changeless, and it's
Yes.
deathless.
There you go. And that's why this technology is so important. It's unlimited technology. It's everywhere. It never fades. It's perfect. It's clean. It's super abundant. It's filled with instructions, infinite instructions. It's the perfect computer system. It's the perfect power generator. It's the perfect motor.
But then we get the computer with viruses, with limited beliefs, those programmings, and even emotional energetic traumas that's been passed down for centuries from generations. And we wonder why we're in the shape we're in.
Yeah, from my experience working with these instruments, my results are frankly incredible because I'm not bound to electricity or magnetism. I'm outside of time and space, so to speak. When I'm working with scalar energy, it's a different paradigm. There are different laws of science. And when you can access consciousness or chi or prana, call it what you will, you're unlimited, to use your phrase. This is unlimited potential. So electricity and magnetism, they put us in parameters, and they're rather narrow parameters. Scalar energy, there are no parameters.
Wow. And I'm sure you're familiar with Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Yes.
He talks about similar things that you're talking about, and he goes like, you have to like go into a void to, from somebody to nobody, to, no space, no time. It's just this blank kind of space, this
Yes.
dark space. There's nothing, you don't, from something to nothing. And that's where creation actually begins.
Yes. Yes. It's so important to realize that this energy is not to be put in a bottle. There's no guardrails. What am I getting at? This energy transcends time and space. Now, as a human being, I'm subject to time and space. If I was, so to speak, in a heavenly body, an angelic body, I could transcend time and space. I can move about freely throughout the universe, and I would not be subject to time. So that's for another discussion. But suffice to say, it's unlimited, and with that, there is no limit of time and space. So when I work with people with these instruments, my potential, my reach is unlimited. I work with people around the world because the energy is unlimited. There is no limit of space, of time.
And I'm pretty sure you have, heard or read or seen even like videos of it. It's like remote viewing and remote healing.
Yeah.
Someone from one part of the earth and doing something healing,
Yeah.
and helping somebody else on a whole nother part on the other side of the earth. That energy is so fascinating, and the potentials of us healing each other from the inside. And I feel like that our energies is even connected to this planet Earth. And that negative energy that we're doing to ourselves and doing to other people is also what's going on with our planet. Until we can shift, use your technology, we heal ourselves, we heal our planet.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's unlimited. It moves at the speed of thought, the speed of prayer. That's a great analogy. Scalar energy is prayer. This energy is non-physical. It's instructional. It's uplifting. Well, what is prayer? It's non-physical intention. It's uplifting. It moves instantaneously, so to speak.
Well, it's not
This,
so much. I think there's a misconception about prayer because you're asking from something outside that you want to come and do your bidding for you, or to, asking, which to me is like, well, you're putting self-doubt there. You're putting you're giving your power that you already have and trying to, get somebody else that you feel is higher of, when you got the control, it's not that person that you're praying to. When your prayer is actually the vibration and energy, that is the language, because it connects that vibration and feeling as if whatever you're seeking and desiring, healing, whatever it is, it's already there. It's already yours. It's already happened because you thought of it. You just
Right.
need to bring the frequency, the vibration to align with the universe.
Yeah, you've manifested that correctly. So the audience obviously realizes we're not speaking about electricity and magnetism. Electromagnetic energy does not behave that way.
Mm-mm.
This is the infinite energy, scalar energy, ki, prana, 0 point energy. Some people call it creative strength. Yeah, this is straight from the creator.
Which is in everything and everyone, everywhere, and not just this universe, but other universes.
So
And that is so like when I had that realization, it changed my whole perspective on how I see life and how I see human beings.
yeah. So where are we going with this? Well, the point of technology, I have scientific instruments. The point of scalar energy technology is to help mankind. So over the years, I've developed and perfected some approaches with this energy. Obviously, it's an emerging science. There's so many things you can do. One of the uh, uh, remarkable occurrences when working with these instruments, when I work with the scalar energy instrument, a person's brain waves are balanced. They seem to be balanced. So scalar energy is sending out information into the human brain, into the mind, the psyche, balancing the brain waves. Some people believe that their meridians, that their chakras are balanced. I would concur. So scalar energy is, if you will, a self-programming, a self-correcting energy in which the brain waves and the chakras are realigned and balanced. Now that's so important because many people are distraught, emotionally distraught, or their chakras are out of balance and leading to bodily disease or leading to some type of anxiety or depression. What am I saying? I'm saying a scalar energy instrument can balance the brain, the mind, can balance those 7 chakras.
And get them, I would say, like, you need a chakra enema because your chakras are all clogged up and you need to flush and clean them out,
Yeah.
because there is the kundalini that is like it's almost like a snake kind of thing that helps get those chakras moving as well. So is there a connection with
You
what
know,
you do as well?
yeah, that's pertinent. I've observed that scalar energy is a double helix. If you can imagine a helix and it does spin, it's a double helix. It looks like DNA, the DNA molecule. And many people say that our chakras are spinning vortices. So that all goes in hand in hand. And I've always contended that scalar energy will download into a scalar energy chakra. So the spinning energy of scalar energy downloads, makes an impression upon the spinning chakras, which are composed of scalar energy. And that's why this works. We're working with scalar energy as the animating force to realign the chakras, which are composed of scalar energy.
And since you're talking about the chakras, our earth has 7 chakras too. So when we align our chakras, it helps align the earth's chakras. Would that be safe to say?
Mm, yes, yes, yeah, yeah. So now we have a fuller understanding of nature. And scalar energy again abounds. And if we can now recognize that this science, scalar energy, is real, and then we can access it by way of a scalar energy instrument, this is the beginning of a new science, a new and very promising science. This is what I'm trying to inculcate the world over. There's another way of living. There's another paradigm. No longer will we have to depend on coal or oil or natural gas. Scalar energies from the stars. The stars will power the world. we're eventually going to tap into star energy and power the world.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned this because I understand I became a history geek and learning about ancient civilization like the Sumerians, you got the Egyptians, you got the gods, and there's even others that actually had drawings on like stones and clay forms of our solar system.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how did they even know about the solar system? Even the planet, I think it's Nibiru that the gods put in on a drawing or something about this one planet system in the solar system that wasn't even discovered until years later. But they had that information.
Information knowledge cannot be in any way blocked. It's a scalar energy universe. It's a holographic universe. So what are we getting at? Scalar energy eventually will be the tool that we learn by. And instead of having to work out mathematical formulas and to rely upon deduction and experimentation and to build if you will, an argument in favor of something, you'll simply have an immediate knowing. Scalar energy is an immediate, it's infused knowledge, infused wisdom. Now, I'm not against the experimental process, and obviously we all have to think, but scalar energy is the superior form of knowing. If we know, we don't even have to think. I would much rather have a scalar energy mind than an electromagnetic mind.
So would it be safe to say with the scalar energy that is something that Tesla used,
Yes.
Einstein, even some of these most famous artists, Da Vinci, even music composers, like Bach, Mozart, they were able to tap into that source.
Yeah, exactly. Tesla, to use an example, Nikola Tesla, the great inventor, many times Tesla said that he would have flashes of light. He could actually see light somehow manifesting. And that flash of light had instructions for an invention. And instead of going to the laboratory and experimenting, this flash of light allowed Tesla to see an invention and create an invention from scratch. That is the power of scalar energy, in which you don't have to think. Deduction is not necessary. There's no trial and error here. It's a knowing. It's a infused knowledge. Tesla had infused knowledge. This is why he could invent. He was such a prolific inventor. It would have taken somebody 1,000 years to catch up with Tesla. Tesla knew in a flash. How? By infused knowledge.
Okay, so I'm curious, Tom, because there's what we call now highly evolved beings that I connect with, and they've been around for since the beginning of our creation. I wonder if they already know about this and they've been using that in order to create us and give us this knowledge and wisdom about what you're talking about.
It's surmised. It's been postured that civilizations past here on Earth were controlling scalar energy, or they knew about it. If you look at, there are many obelisks around the world, or pyramid structures, and many of those obelisks and pyramids they're a passive capacitor, if you will, of scalar energy. So that was perhaps one of the indications that either by design or by accident, some of those structures captured scalar energy. So this is not a new concept, but sadly academia has not embraced this concept yet. So it is a new and emerging science, but it is as old as the stars.
And since you bring up science, and I'm all about, and what I speak, and telling my audience and, you know, everyone else is we're divine spiritual beings, sexual beings inside a human being. And there is a coexisting between the science and the spirituality because of how we were created. There's a connection, and I believe that studying through history, then spirituality turned into like a religion and then dismissed all the science that was already there in ancient times. And now it's like it got like shut down, suppressed. Now it's like there's pieces of information now that's coming out, and especially with what you're talking about, it's like divine timing of everything lining up that now is the time to speak up. Now is the time to talk about it because of the positive and the negative. The negative aspect has been reigning. Now the positive and the healing and everything to bring in balance. Would you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah, people are ready for this. You're absolutely right. People demand this. People are ready for this. And I I say after 2.5 years of a pandemic, people want solutions. Now, one of the ways I can present this energy is I can control this energy to the point that I can break down the molecular structure of a pathogen, a germ. So, one of the functions of the scalar energy instrument is to target a virus, a bacterium, a fungus, and break down the molecular structure. We do that with ease with one of these scalar energy instruments. So, imagine what that means to mankind to eradicate microbes, pathogens.
Wow, that would be like a breakthrough.
It is. And I've been doing this for years, but the powers that be don't want this information out there.
Oh no, because they want to keep things controlling big pharma and the association of the medical association boards and all them because they're all about profit.
Yeah. And sadly, the people take the short end of that, and human misery continues because some people are just too greedy, selfish to welcome this new technology, this new type of treatment modality. But we'll get over that. The truth is supreme, and the truth eventually is embraced.
Yes, I agree with you. And it's, thank God, we have streaming and everything's gone virtual. So I think with the pandemic, it was a time for everybody to be forced to pause, reevaluate their life, and reinvent themselves and have a chance to heal.
Right. Exactly. I'd say after the past 2.5 years, people are looking for answers. And many people that I know of are disillusioned because those answers have not been forthcoming. So we need a new way. We need a new look. We need a new approach.
And I am so glad that you decided to step up and show up to help mankind this way. And it's such an honor and a pleasure to
Thank
finally
you.
connect with you.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to make this so clear and show the audience just how easy it is. When I'm working with a scalar energy instrument, I don't work with people. I work with your photograph. People email me a photograph. I hold up my photograph to demonstrate. My photograph has a signature on it. My skin, my body has a signature. A scalar energy instrument will access that signal or that code on a photograph. So I mentioned earlier that scalar energy transcends time and space. You don't visit my laboratory. Your photograph visits my laboratory. And because your photograph represents you, then you are transcending time and space. So I only work with photographs. This is the new science of scalar energy, in which some people call it non-local or a holographic universe.
Mm-hmm.
Once my photograph is placed in the instrument, it's part of the holographic universe. And I have access to my holographic universe to my signature by way of my instrument. So today in my laboratory, I work with 500,000 people. I work with group photographs. I can work with a collage like that. So imagine a scalar energy instrument. One instrument can work with 500,000 people a day by way of a photograph.
Wow, that just blows my mind.
You know, this is the potential. One of my goals, what I think the master plan of the creator, one of my goals is to treat 1 billion people a year by way of photographs. We don't work with people in the flesh, so to speak. We work with people, their quantum field, and their quantum field is imprinted upon a photograph. So if the world gets behind us, eventually we will be able to treat 1 billion photographs a year. And I mean that quite literally. This is not hyperbole.
Well, because it's to me, it's like soul to soul, spirit to spirit. It's just connecting. And okay, I'm going to be bold and say that it's like sex, synergistic energy exchange. That's what sex is. Just connecting synergistically with one energy to another.
So I think the audience now has I believe, hopefully whetted your appetite. You see the potential here. This is not futuristic. As I said, I'm working with 500,000 people today in my laboratory. This is happening today. And all we need is a groundswell of support, people, and this movement will take off. And that's what I propose. My offer to the audience today is our website has 15 days of free session. Go to our website, email us your photograph, and we'll treat you for free for 15 days. And then you decide the merit of this. You decide whether you like quantum healing or not.
Wow. I'm just like blown away with what you've done. It is truly an amazing gift. And
It is.
thank you for accepting your gift and realizing your gift and your sole purpose of why you came here in the first place.
Yeah, thank you.
And if somebody wants to like work with you, is that also an option that,
Yeah,
hey, I so relate to what you're doing and I want to help mankind heal
yeah.
and I understand the quantum physics. Do you have courses? Is there a certification to join you in this movement?
There's no course yet because this really has to be approved by a third party. I mean, I could speak all day long, but I've not been able to prove or at least compare my notes, so to speak. So I'd like to eventually see some type of collegiate classroom, some type of university setting in which people of like mind can come and study scalar energy. That has not materialized yet. Do I think that will be possible in the future? Yes. So we welcome all suggestions. For the time being, I tell people, go to my website, sign up for the 15-day trial, you prove it to yourself. And then if you think this is of merit, start sharing the free sessions with family and friends. The goal here is to introduce this. We're still at square one, Casey. We have to introduce this to people. So it still is going to take a lot of time and effort to get people at least interested in this.
Well, I would love to do like a live kind of webinar event with you if you're interested.
Sure.
Because
Sure.
I would like to talk about, what's holding your back, go over being an intuitive and a channeler. I like to discuss, okay, what's holding you back? What do you think your beliefs are and how it's connected with what you're currently experiencing, pain, discomfort, disease, and then have you come in and then blow their minds away with the
Mhm.
scalar energy.
Yeah, why not? Maybe we'll conduct an interview the next time in my laboratory. I'll show the audience the instruments.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
you could do it virtually, right? I mean, you had to be creative in what you do during the pandemic.
Of course. My website is scalarlight.com, SCALAR, scalarlight.com. And again, to reiterate, step one is go to the website, read the material, and sign up for the 15-day free session. The audience, people have to prove this to themselves. I could talk all day long. That's meaningless. Go to the website, sign up. All we need is you to email your photograph. That's all we need. And we do the rest. For 15 days, we'll balance your chakras, we'll target and eliminate microbes, germs, and we will assemble nutrients. And then with that firsthand experience, then this will move forward.
Well, knowing this and what you talked about, with the scalar energy and what you're doing to help people, you've been a medical expert, scientist, a humanitarian, an inventor of this.
Mm-hmm.
But when did you discover this passion?
Mm-hmm. As a youngster, I was really intrigued with the work of Nikola Tesla. When I was 9, 10, 11 years of age, I was reading about Tesla as a youngster. And I said to myself, Tesla, I knew he was a genius at that time. I was thunderstruck with his genius. And I said, he's on to something. And then I finally realized later in his life, he was no longer working with electricity. Tesla discovered scalar energy. He invented scalar energy instruments. And had we have listened to him, society would have been much different for the better.
And it was the JP Morgans and the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds that
exactly. Those vile and disgusting people, the Illuminati, they're terrible people, stood in the way of progress. And because of that, mankind suffers today.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get the Illuminati out of the way, and let's bring forward this gift from the Creator.
I'm right there with you and on the same page and agree that we got to now, we can't keep living in the past emotionally, energetically.
Yeah.
And I look forward to sharing this interview, promoting it and having everybody, hey, like this interview and share it with other people.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's going to spread like a wildfire.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. We've been working, just to give the audience an insight, we've been working with people around the world, sometimes with HIV clinics. And after we work with people by way of their photograph, people from around the world report that they're no longer infected with the HIV virus. Now, I have to accept their testimony because it's their testimony, and I'm not there in a foreign land experiencing what they experience. But consider if what I'm saying is accurate and true, that we now have the ability in the quantum field to identify and destroy the HIV virus.
God, I can only imagine what else we can cure and heal from.
Yeah.
I've seen and heard, testimonies from, near-death experiences. Someone, I do believe her name is Antoinette, dying to be me or myself. She had 36 hours to live, and she went into that quantum field. And her testimony and what she experienced and her story, and then coming back, she knew she was healed. It just a matter of time of everything lining up from the energetic field to the physical matter of her. And it's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's a new ball game, people. This technology is going to change the world. The scalar technology will have a greater impact than that of the transistor or the computer. Scalar will change the world for the better.
And it's wave frequency.
Yeah. And it's clean.
It's simple. It's pure.
It's clean, painless. What is it? It's starlight. Have any of you ever been offended by starlight? No.
Wow. And aren't we light?
We're made from the Creator's light, yes. And what is light? It's the fundament of nature. It's the first principle.
Oh my gosh, that so makes sense.
So we're going back to the Creator. We're going back to source.
Wow. I like to put it like we're finally connecting.
Yeah. We're reconnecting.
Yes, reconnecting to that source. It's almost like raising our consciousness, because
So
you got to
join
raise
us.
the vibration, and it's like they call it the Christ consciousness.
Right. Join us. Get involved with us. We're all grassroots. We need your help.
Yeah.
It's all people power. I won't work with corrupt governments or corrupt business people. Promise
And
you.
that's what I keep saying, Tom, is like we got to unite. We can't be rioting in this hatred and this racism and this division. It's not working. It's never worked in history. And I'm like, oh my God, we're repeating history until we wake up.
Yeah, that's a trick. And frankly, Illuminati plays that trick all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Divide and conquer. And I think people who are smart enough now can see, they can rip apart the veil and they can see the deceit. Don't fall into that trap of strife.
Why stay there?
That never ending Hegelian model of unhappiness and discontent. Don't listen to the Rothschilds. They hate us. Don't listen to their plan.
Oh my gosh. And some of them even don't even realize who the Rockefellers were, who the Rothschilds or JP Morgan. Here's one quote that I can say is, if you do not learn your history, you are destined to repeat it.
Yeah,
And this is a way to wake up and change the game on them.
Yes. Yes.
But we got to work on the inside first. And then everything changes on the outside.
You're right.
I'm so blown away by you, Tom. I'm like, oh my God, he has to be on my show. We got to talk about this scalar energy and light, because that's what we are.
Well, thank you. Well, you get it. You see the big potential here.
Yes.
Imagine when the initial scientists discovered electricity and how excited they were. They saw the potential of electricity. Well, we see the potential now of scalar energy that has much more potential than that of electricity. So if the initial scientists 150, 200 years ago who were theorizing about electricity were excited, yes, they should be. Imagine how excited we are now about consciousness, about the life force.
Oh, I'm just getting hit left and right. Like the frequency coming through me is like lit up right now. I'm just like, yay. And I get that when I hear and see truth. And that's one of my gifts. When I hear it and I feel it, I light up. I get lit.
So let's change the world, people.
Absolutely. We're on a movement, a healing movement to help mankind. And it's truly an honor. And I just feel like it was a synergistic energy exchange in connecting today and having this moment with you. And I'm so grateful for it, honestly, Tom. Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you. Thanks for your time and effort. Let's change the world, as I said.
Yes, let's absolutely change the world. And once again, audience, please, when you're watching this interview, share, like, subscribe, and go to Tom's website. Start your 15 free day trial. Get the results you want. You can do it. I believe in you. This works. And it'll be amazing how we can, just like a domino effect. wildfire spreading for the good. And I'm excited because of what's going to happen now. I can already envision it.
It's a fait accompli. It really is. Thank you. It's a matter of time.
And it's already happened.
Yes, it really has. Yeah.
It already has happened. And I call it like the invisible spiritual realm of things. I already see it. Now I'm just waiting for it to catch up from the physical invisible realm into that physical matter realm where we're at right now. It's amazing to me how that happens. Now I'm even more excited because now I talk to you and I'm like, oh, that's the key. That's part of the key.
And this is what people have been waiting for, the quantum era, the era of the fifth dimension, that some people call it. Well, that goes hand in hand, and there has to be some type of technology to bring us that dimension. That's what scalar energy is. It's the pathway to the fifth dimension, or what some people call higher consciousness or union with God. Call it what you will. There are two realities, there are two dimensions. So we're
Right.
leaving behind electricity and magnetism, and we're stepping into this life force energy.
And it's almost like when I try to explain to people, wouldn't you agree, Tom, that from third dimension, because we're multi-dimensional beings too. We could say that. But from going from 3D to 5D, the best way I can explain it to the audience and people that I work with is, okay, you have a camera, right? It has this one lens, and you have one on your iPhone or Android. And when you go to take a picture, there's a video, and you got, the, what is it? The portrait, and then you got the panoramic. So going from a regular picture to a portrait picture, panoramic just widens your view, your perspective, your perception.
That's a good point. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah. We're going to change the world. It's coming, people. And I thank you for being part of this. This is all in the making. Your audience is on top of this. Your audience sees what's coming.
Yep. And I heard a voice say, they're waiting for you to show up. It's time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the right people are going to come to me to have on this show to help be the messenger of good news, to awaken, because it's time. That's why I have this show, Wake Up with KC.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really want to encourage people. Everybody has this ability. It's just incredible. Everybody has this ability to step into this consciousness, or to use their mind and their emotions to the fullest capacity. And we're doing that. We're doing it. Everybody's doing that right now. I encourage everybody. This is a no-brainer. This is so simple. If all it takes is a photograph and you can access this energy, well, why not?
You have nothing to lose. Why not?
I know, it's so simple.
And you know what is fascinating? Because this just came to me. There's been people in the past that also lectured about this. Neville Goddard, Edgar Casey, and then there's like so many more prior that now it's like when some don't get it, there will be somebody to come in and do it again. And I think, I honestly believe, Tom, after talking to you, you're one of those people that, okay, I'm going to use this guy, Tom. He's going to get it. He's going to start.
Yeah.
And it's going to get better.
And I appreciate all those theorists, and God bless them all. And those theorists paved the way. And now I have scientific instruments that I can access consciousness through a person's photograph. So what we understood in the past by way of theory is now being proven in my laboratory by way of scientific instruments. This is very tenable, people. This is happening right before our eyes.
It is. And I've been learning from history. So I'm not going to be destined to repeat it. And
Yeah.
I that's my whole mission is we got to do things different. We can't do things like the old. Now, with everything the way it is now, there's so much more that we can do to better ourselves. And it's truly time.
Yeah.
If it's going to be, it's up to us. So let's get
You're
on
right.
board, get with the
You're right.
program here because this one works.
Yeah, you're right. And don't let yourself be programmed by the media or by television. Don't do that. God, you've got a great mind. The Creator gave you a great mind. Use it. Use it, people.
Yeah, I can't stand watching TV. Except
Well,
for I did go see Maverick. I had to go see Tom Cruise again. Come on. I just have to put that out there. I just like every now and then I will just, feel the need for speed.
yeah, the key is that we all have this ability. Everybody
Mhm.
in this world has this ability. Everybody. And the human mind, once again, and the human heart are great examples of how we can change the world. We're doing it every day. And
Mhm.
now you realize the animating force between thinking, your mind, your thoughts, and your feelings, your emotions, is scalar energy. It's consciousness.
Right. It's imagination.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's about to happen, people. Tesla's
It
dream.
is.
Tesla's dream is about to happen. Join us.
Absolutely. I'm on board with Tesla.
God bless. Thanks,
God
Casey.
bless him. He was an extraordinary genius. And we're all geniuses.
We are. We just don't realize that.
I know. It's like, wake up, geniuses. Hello. Well, Tom, thank you so much for this moment and having this experience with you. I look forward to having my 15-day free because I just want to experience it.
Thank you. Thank you. And
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 I
then
look,
and pass it on, so to speak.
yes, I
You're
am
already
definitely
doing
going
it.
to pass this on. Are you kidding
And the
me?
reason I push that and I emphasize that, there's no big money with me, people. It's just a small group of people. We're a grassroots movement, and we're going to avoid the corruption of politics and we're going to avoid the corruption of big business. If we keep it with the people, we'll succeed.
Absolutely.
God will bless us.
Absolutely. Because our energy, where our energy is, where our intentions are,
Yeah.
it is pure. It is actually pure light trying to expand and keep expanding. And when you have more than one gathering, that light, that scalar energy will expand. That I know is true. I've actually seen it. I just didn't know how to describe it until I just met you today.
It's the animating force of all activity is scalar energy. That's how crucial this energy is. It's responsible for everything.
And it's right here. It's in you. It's in me.
Yeah, yeah. It's star energy, and it floods the universe. It floods our mind, and it floods our heart. It's everywhere.
Mhm.
And once people tap into that, oh, it's so much. Then it gives life a much clearer uh, meaning, a greater resonance.
I say a new meaning, a
Yeah,
new perspective on life, and you actually start living your life.
yeah, yeah. God,
I
God,
I have and that's what changed my whole perspective is tapping into that scalar energy, but I thought it was just pure euphoric orgasmic bliss. This unconditional love. It's all connected.
Yes, it is. It's all connected. It's all from the source. It's all from God. Absolutely right. Yep.
And the only way it can't be a conceptual knowing, it has to be an experiential
Yes.
knowing.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point.
And it's time now, everybody. Forget the conceptual knowing. Get the experiential knowing, because then you'll be on the same page with me. Well, thank you, Tom. I
Thank
look
you,
forward
Casey.
to connecting with you, and we'll put a date together to do a virtual event.
Okay, let's change the world. Thank you. Thank your audience for supporting us and for allowing us to share this with them. It's a team
Absolutely.
effort. It's a team effort.
It is. And you have to be a team in order for to be a true leader. You have to be a team player, and we all have to unite together. And that's truly what I'm about. And I'm glad I got another team player that I can work with.
Amen. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. We'll do it again.
Okay. Well, there you go. Get on board. Get with Tom and do your 15 free day. Experience it. Get results. You can do it. It's up to you. Why not? You have nothing to lose, but so much more to gain. Change your life.